Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Akio, and this is Moments That Made Me Mondays. And today I want to highlight how I went from being a fugitive to being featured. For those who just tapped in, who just this may be your first video that you ever looked at, I'm known as the shoe muralist, renowned artist. Uh, I basically started doing clothing, and then that actually created a lane for me to also create like wearable art pieces and collector's items. My artwork has been collected uh, from numerous celebrities, directors, influencers, entertainers, writers, authors, you name it. But over in the course of this journey, I've been able to really look at the clothing that I create thanks to the guy, shout out to Michael K. Williams, when he first told me to start signing my art pieces. And it's a piece right here behind me called A Promise Kept that I created as a ode and honoring, the homie. Because in 2015, he told me to start signing art pieces because he got emotional about the art piece that I gifted him, which was the Omar Cumming Converse. Uh, but being a fugitive on the run, you know, it's funny because when you think about 2005, that's when I was a fugitive on the run. 2004, 2005. When you think about 10 years later, after that in 2015, I just started like creating and recognizing that what I was doing was a little bit more in depth than what the world was seeing. The worldview about what I was doing was customs, or it was not in how I'm framing it now, whereas it's wearable art or art apparel, And and now fast forward to 2025. Now I'm really uh living and breathing into this new fine art ecosystem where I'm being like I had the art exhibition at Artscape. Prior to that, I've had, my very first art exhibition at on Falls Road at the BMO Wiggle Room. Shout out to my homie Mike, and you know, and Freefall, Bopa Freefall. You know, so it's just these chapters and different parts of me from the chapter in the beginning in 2005 of me being a fugitive on a run in multiple states in Baltimore, Maryland, and Phoenix, Arizona, and then fast forward to now being featured in National Geographic article or the Baltimore Sun or several public local news publications like Fox 45, WJC 13. Today I was interviewed by Baltimore Banner because I actually did this Baltimore Woolbird, and this was a recreate. I repurposed and recreated this Baltimore Woolbird from a 2017 design that really never left my phone, and repurposing it in today's time because I decided to make a canvas dedicated to what I've seen back in 2017 onto canvas, which is the Be More piece. And that's BEE more, Be More for short for Baltimore, highlighting how the bees pollinate the world and how we need the bees to survive. But in the hive of Baltimore, we need the artists, we need the creatives, we need, the innovators and the makers to show that it's beauty within the hive, that it's beauty within the city, that we can together work as the working bees and swarm with positivity, and people when they come in the hive they're able to see the beauty and really be delighted in the full taste and richness of our food and the honey, and it's bittersweet of course, but also the people who are making the sacrifices so that way, us as being is what they will call, why you live in Baltimore, endangered species, that we are able to show a different light, you know from the city that reads, or the city that believes, or now, the other slogan was the greatest city in America, because we are the city of first, and also seeing the diamonds in the Baltimore flag. being though that Akio in Japanese, it means bright boy and glorious hero, shining bright like a diamond. And then, you know, the very first Baltimore design that I utilized inside the flag was also the Comtesse Casson's heart. And as we know, my mother died of a heart attack. So I'm commemorating my mom. And the reason why I'm bringing this home to actually share with you as to why I have went from being a fugitive to being featured in these national publications. I believe that it's nothing but the grace of God, but also God actually, where He found me, where I was broken, shaken, and removed from a mentality that I now have adopted, but the mentality that I had before, I was selfish. I was thinking of myself. I didn't necessarily care for others. I didn't even, uh, you know, look at things from another perspective, only but my own. So when you think about uh, being in my gift in the earlier days, some of the things that I've been able to accomplish, I wasn't the right person to be able to reap those benefits, to also actually see those things come into full fruit until I became the right person, until I've been able to really look at life from a different lens. And I had to get beat down. Life had to beat me down through homelessness, from being on a run, not being able to see my family, not being able to work at a regular job like McDonald's. And not no disrespect to McDonald's, because there's hard workers in whatever occupation you decide to actually choose to use the job as the vehicle as you are operating in your gift. You get what I'm saying? You're using the vehicle of the job to be able to fund your gift. And that's what I did with Hopkins. And it's a long process, it's a long journey, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm still learning. So it's a lot to actually talk about, but this will be, of course, part one of the fugitive to being featured, because I didn't go into depth about the different series that my work has been featured in, like Swagger Season 2, Bel-Air, Peacock, um, We Own the City. Um, I know I'm missing a few, but it's been a blessing to say the least. And I have another special story to share. I want to share it today because today was a miraculous, it was a very alignment fulfilled day when the Baltimore Banner came today to visit me. But I will table that for another time. But I will say this, okay? When I was being interviewed today about the Baltimore Woolbird shirts, we got some photos inside my home studio, and then we also went outside to get some photos, in the area. When we decided to stop in front of this building to take photos, as I was talking to them, this bumblebee came out of nowhere and it flew right in front of me within eye distance, like floating gently, and it just flew away. And I was like, oh, you got to get that. Like, wow, what are the odds? Like with the Baltimore Woolbird and, Wu Tang Killer Bees, and this bumblebee landed right in front of me with calmness and intention, and it just gently floated away. And I looked up what it means to, come in contact, or, for a bumblebee to visit you. And it said all these beautiful sayings, but basically, um, from the creativity's lens, and capturing it, they were able to capture that. But the spirit and the alignment and the creative force behind the intention of me creating is just showing that it's just confirmation. So I'll leave you with that. I wanted this video to be 7 minutes, but it looks like we're going to 10 minutes. But I will be relaunching a part two of the batch, because I'm getting people asking me like, yo, I didn't even know about the drop. So stay tuned. I just wanted to really meet the demand first of those the early woo birds, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, early woo birds, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for copping up, but be on the lookout for the second run. And thank you. Appreciate you. Much love and respect. Peace.